Bro, what's up?
Woo! Welcome back to another
Happy
episode.
Sunday in Atlanta land.
Yes, of the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science and the Holistic Cannabis Show. Why did I say the Holistic Academy of Cannabis Science? That's not the name.
Man, cuz. Shout out to the Red Pepper Box. Is that what we went to? The Red Pepper Box?
The Red Pepper Box. I don't know. The Red Pepper Taqueria.
Red Pepper Taqueria.
That's it.
Oh, man. Say, man. Shout out to them. Them folks had some good food.
They did.
Man, they had some good food,
Yes,
bro.
they
If you
did.
want some nice Mexican food, man, y'all go hit that joint up. It's in Buckhead.
Yes, it is.
It's real nice. It's
All
over there
right.
by Peachtree.
That's right. That's right. All right, so we have an exciting episode, you guys. You know, I'm always your hostess, Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and always joined by my wonderful co-host.
Here, y'all know who this is.
Y'all know who this is?
We've done this enough times now.
Right. All right, so y'all understand that we have a lot to talk about. Let me pull my mic up close to me so y'all can hear me. But we have a lot to talk about today. As far as cannabis and education, that's the topic of the show. And wishing all of our end of August birthdays a happy birthday. We have a couple of birthdays of Miss Walanda Pfeiffer. We want to wish you a very happy birthday. Any birthdays you know of?
All I know is right now it's Virgo season.
Uh-oh. Woo!
That's all I know. I don't know nothing about nothing. But it's Virgo season.
Officially Virgo
Whoa,
season.
turn up, Virgo. We got to show everybody else how this go, man, because
Okay.
y'all ain't been doing the game right all year.
All
y'all
right.
done had 12 months, baby, so watch out. Yeah, watch out.
It's time,
Watch
y'all.
out.
It's time. All right. So I'm excited for the Virgo season and for all of the Virgos and everyone who's celebrating a birthday or anniversary this month. We are walking into September. So thank goodness for that. August went by like, whoa, it was like a flash and it's gone, you know. So let's get ready for September. Labor Day weekend is next week coming up, so we will not have a show next week, but we want you all to have a safe holiday, safe travels, and keep it 420. So we also have a 420 special for the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science. We had a busy week this past week with the Hemp Summit. So we're going to talk about that a little later in the show, and just congratulate all of those who are in this industry, who's working diligently. I mean, we're working harder than runaway slaves out here, you know, trying to push cannabis, trying to advocate for legalization and for medical and for industrial hemp, which is going to outnumber, right, Mr. Henderson, outnumber medical like 3-1 is what he predicts. So we're waiting, right? We are excited about the news, right? So our excitement is coming from the momentum that we're getting. So I was at Fort Valley this past week, and we're going to show y'all everything that happened this past week. But yes, there we go. We had my son out who took a campus tour or a college tour for Fort Valley State University and their agriculture program. Y'all, they are really doing it. And we had the Hemp Summit over at the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science this past weekend on yesterday. And we had actual African American farmers, and Mr. Henderson there speaking. He did a wonderful job. We're going to show video of that. And the first black farmer here in Georgia who's a millionaire now. Y'all don't understand. He has a gummy bear making machine, and we're going to be working with them to make sure we can produce those products for white labeling and distributing in the state of Georgia. And we've been to a farm. So for everyone who enrolls in the classes, now you have opportunity to go to the farm and go and make gummies. That's never before. This is historic, y'all. This is like, okay, so like white people, like we don't want to say nothing bad about white people, but y'all been doing this kind of stuff. Like this is like the norm for white people to do this kind of stuff, like on a mass scale manufacturing. everything. So y'all make everything. Y'all make the craft cheese. Y'all make everything, right? So to have an African American owned company who has the machinery to make the products that we need for medicine, for our students, for our children who suffer from ADHD, and not have to worry about Ritalin. We've won. We've actually won, y'all. So I just want to ring the bell to that, because if y'all don't follow cannabis, I don't know what else to tell you. You're behind in the times. This is like 40 years ahead of our time right now. Like, if we don't get onto this and y'all don't push and get into this industry right now, you're going to be left behind. This is like the WWW of the century, right? This is like not heard of no more, never, ever after this, okay? So now is the time to get in. Education is popping, all right? Mr. Henderson, go ahead and tell them the outlets on how to watch this show.
Statusnetwork.net on that web browser. Instagram, manifesttv.status, Facebook, Status Network LLC, on Periscope and Twitter, status_network_, and if you got a Roku or a Fire Stick, you want to type in Status Network or Manifest TV and look for the Holistic Cannabis Show. If you want to watch some reruns, watch our reruns on YouTube, Manifest TV. Look for the Holistic Cannabis Show. If you want to call, you can always call us at 470-251-4647. And football season has officially started.
Woo! Yes, who's
the Cowboys
ready?
already looking like trash. The Cowboys already looking like trash.
You already look like you going back into Facebook jail. You already going back in. You can't.
I'm going to Facebook jail. I might as well get a life sentence. This is gonna be a long season, boy. It's gonna be a long season right here. And guess what? Now, check this out. The Vikings, they started out looking good too.
Okay.
But after they just took that beating to the Broncos, shout out to Adrian McQuarter, man, and McQuarterback Entertainment, man. That was a diehard Broncos fan, man. And man, old Rusty didn't look so rusty.
Okay.
All right. So other teams that was just really doing something, man, was the New England Patriots. All right, the New England Patriots, they did pretty good. Shout out to my favorite running back, though. Twisted his ankle up a little bit, but that's all right, though. That's all right, though. He picked it up, kept going. He'll be good.
Yes. All right. Well, that's great. So we're excited about football season, and we're still hiring ages 16 to 24. And if you're interested in a position working, and we don't call it work because you're having more fun than anything. You're learning, you're growing, you're trying to establish your own business. So we call it an entrepreneurship program, back to work initiative. So if you can get going and come on over to 820 Highway 128 in Riverdale, Georgia, we can get you onboarded and your application sent over to our sources to get you employed and paid for having fun and building your business. What do you have to lose? All fun, no gain. All right. So we're just excited about that opportunity. And of course, getting enrolled in our classes. All right. So we're going to get that information out for you in just a second. But if there's anyone who is looking for credit repair, Mr. Henderson, how can they find you?
www.nthcredit.net, 888-959-2093.
Right on. All right, and if you're ready to enroll in the classes, it's Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science.com, and that's all over the www, and you can get enrolled by a click of a button. The classes are now on sale for Labor Day. We're offering a 420 special for getting enrolled in those classes. All right, so I'm gonna go into what happened this weekend. We have some photos of the events from this weekend over at Fort Valley State University. It was amazing. So those were some of some plant clones that they're initiating cannabis, and they're going to be regulating how to grow cannabis from just the using of the plant.
What?
And so they showed us the 4 stages of the plant cycle, and then being able to make clones of themselves through just a punctured or wounded haploid or aploid, which is the leaflet of the clone of the plants, and then they're able to reproduce. And so those were our table over at the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science, what we teach, and how hemp is related, because hemp is a non-psychoactive. A lot of people sit on hemp in regards to the medical side of the cannabis, but we teach everything. So when it comes to hemp, you're going to actually get the necessities and the information that you need in order to help farmers. And that was the true thing. Like, we met the youngest farmer in Georgia. These are black people, y'all. These are, and they was telling me that there's only about 20 African American farmers. The young man who has the organic farm, and shouts out, he was actually going to Fort Valley to play football, and he didn't get drafted because he said that a lot of the drafts don't take place at the HBCUs. And I was wondering, I was like, why is it that the HBCUs don't get as much attention? But it's okay. Who's saying that right now? He's changing it. Deion Sanders is changing. Thank you to our producer, JoJo. And they're changing the way that they're actually drafting. But the fact of the matter is, he's a millionaire. So even still, there is an opportunity to utilize being in the cannabis industry, because he's now the youngest farmer in Georgia. He has about, I think he said 150 acres of land here in Georgia, and he's utilizing what he knows. No farmers was in his family. He come from a line of women. None of his family members was farmers, and he's utilizing growing hemp. Hemp, y'all. He did the trial and errors, and he's growing hemp in order to become a millionaire. So he said that he would rather have grew hemp than to become a professional football player. So that was deep. I thought that was like people don't even understand. These farmers are out here. You can grow corn, you can grow pecans, you can grow any produce, and grow industrial hemp. What do we talk about with hemp? Tell them what hemp also produces, Ms. Henderson, in case they forgot.
Well, one of the other things that hemp is good for is cleansing or returning the soil. It extracts the toxins from the soil.
It does.
It helps in replanting crops. Hemp is a great crop if you want to plant in between other crops that you're planting. So say like you plant in a field of tomatoes. After you harvest your tomatoes or whatever, or your cucumbers or your corn, then you could go back with a nice little filler crop. It's hemp. All right? Hemp replenishes. Hemp is good when you mix it with hempcrete. Oh man, that's a wonderful thing that takes place. The chain reactions, bonds, molecules, and everything that make together with the concrete 10 times stronger than concrete without it. Hemp is a flame retardant. All right, now it's not gonna stop a fire, but it'll definitely put one out. All right, it's a slow burning plant. It's good for the air quality. Hemp is good for that. Hemp is good for food. Hemp is good for fuels. Hemp is good for textiles. It's over what? 20,000 different uses at least, over 20,000. So I mean, it's just, man, it's one of them plants that it definitely is a game changer. And then to see so many people with the land, with the resources, as far as farming and growing and being able to have the space and the ability. It was really good to know that all you got to do is drive an hour away, and you're almost in a whole different cannabis space, right? Hemp, man, it's a precursor to what's coming down the line. Everything has to have a starting point, right? So maybe Georgia's starting point was agriculture, y'all, and not so much the medicinal marijuana side.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but hey, man, it's a good start. It's a good start.
Definitely.
150 acres, man. Y'all could piece up and go and buy that land and do it yourself.
Yep.
All right, y'all can piece up and buy that land. You better not sell grandmama house. You better not sell grandma house. You better hold on to that land, y'all. Keep it in your family, man. If you got some, keep it in your family. That's the best thing I can tell you about hemp.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. You're so right about it. I'm just trying to share this wonderful video with the group, and so they can see what your part of playing in this was. Because
what I do is talk about the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Planting and growing it and cultivating everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, that's the honey.
Yes.
With the hairs that stand up on the back of my neck is when we start talking about safe banking.
Mm-hmm.
When we start talking about all the different avenues that's going to come from this. See how I get so excited talking about the money?
Mm-hmm.
But look, though, it ain't that I worship money, okay? It's just I understand the direction and the trajectory that this market is actually going from a financial standpoint.
Right.
Bruh, this is one of the biggest moves,
right.
even still.
Right.
All right. Next to of course currency is about to be a big discussion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Starting in December,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden have put a signing into a bill that is actually going to reduce how we use cash.
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation is, okay, well, look, America is going to move to a cashless society. Well, the whole world is already moving to a cashless society. We probably going to be one of the few last people to have a major dealings with cash. Because of what's about to get signed, everything will go electronic.
That's it. All right. You're right.
EFTs in the morning. I'm just saying, you sign a deal for your land, guess what? Money transfers in about 72 hours.
All right. So y'all heard it here first on the Holistic Cannabis Show. And so I have a quick video we're going to show with Mr. Henderson doing his thing. Yes, and speaking about cannabis and business. So we'll go ahead and show. You was, and that's Module 5. So if you have not enrolled in the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science in conjunction with an alliance with the Gift of Life Community Home, which is our nonprofit affiliate of the Academy, then you are missing out. We want you to go ahead and enroll today, and to get your enrollment deposit, only thing you have to pay is $99 down. We get you onboarded for September the 10th, and you can go ahead and enjoy all the perks and benefits of being a student with us, including all the farm trips, all of the distribution and the manufacturing that comes with learning about cannabis, the recipes, so if you want to cook with cannabis, and how to become a medical cannabis health coach, all on a cheap, low price of $420. Y'all know that $420 special. We only do that a couple times a year. So this being Labor Day, we want to go ahead and push that and promote that, as well as our business membership opportunities for you to get helpers or internships from our young adults who are enrolling in our young adult program, ages 16 to 24. So you all know what to do. Give us a call. Our number to be reached is 1-888-959-2093, and we can help you out. So right after this, watch now.
Equity. All right. Venture capitalists. Some people may call them vulture capitalists. All right. But what venture capitalists do is they have deep pockets, very, very deep pockets. And they say, okay, I'm going to front you the money. I'm not going to loan it to you, because they're loaning it. Now I have to provide a truth in lending statement. All right. A venture capitalist will give you the money to start your business, but on the back end, they will collect and get a portion of the ownership of your business. all right, until you pay what you owe them, all right. A personal loan. Now, a lot of people say, hey man, my credit is not good. I also own NTH credit, all right, where I show people how to fix their personal credit, right? Remove all the errors from their credit report, making them credit worthy to be able to obtain funding on a personal scale. So if you can afford to qualify for a $300,000 home mortgage, then you can do the same by qualifying for a $300,000 personal loan. All right. Home equity loan. If you own a home, you could take the equity out of the house and use that equity to start your business. So right there was 10 different ways without using a bank to obtain funding for your business. All right. 2 of those, you're gonna dilute ownership. All right. That's the only downside: dilution and control. All right. How to get that cannabis business loans? Now, because cannabis remains a Schedule I controlled substance on a federal level, financial institutions are not able to handle any capital that has a relation to cannabis. So on a federal level, cannabis is still illegal, and investing or handling any capital for a cannabis business is considered money laundering. That's why Bank of America won't touch it. That's why Chase won't touch it. That's why a lot of the banking institutions financially will not touch a cannabis business with a 10-foot pole. Wow. That's why you need to catch up with your politicians and be on them like a t-shirt that they pass the Safe Banking Act. Safe banking will alleviate probably 90% of the problems with cannabis right now. Right now. When they pass safe banking, overnight you will see a shift financially in the cannabis space, and that cannabis space is going to be crowded with money. All right? Cannabis by the year 2025 is expected to be a $20 billion market. All right? By 2035, that number is going to multiply 3 times. 2, 4, 6. 6. All right?
Yes.
All right, so y'all do the math now. That's why your politicians is slow.
Wrong
right?
business.
That's why your politicians is slow to it. Your politicians is slow to it because not only when you live in a Bible Belt region, not only do you have the biblical conversations going on about it, but you have the financial implications and repercussions too. And nobody wants to get left out of money. Cannabis is going to be the largest transfer of wealth since www.com. And y'all been hearing about this all day, about the different uses of cannabis, the different uses of hemp. Hemp, in my opinion, is going to outpace medical marijuana by at least 3 to 1 in gains. That's only because of so many uses. And hemp, or CBD.
That's a fact, not an opinion.
That's a fact. All right.
You can do way more with a hemp plant than you can just extracting it for
Medicine.
Sorry, it's just the way that it is. All right? Now, cannabis business funding is available in various forms, though, but many venture capitalists have stepped into the cannabis industry, and local government entities in states that already have a legalized marijuana program are spearheading what you call interest-free cannabis small business loans. But a few cannabis-focused venture capitalists and narrow-scope government efforts are far from enough to address the demand for cannabis business funding. Cannabis business loans and banking have a lot of intricate legal pieces that also come into place, such as if I'm Jamie Dimon and I'm putting, Jamie Dimon is the guy who owns Chase Bank, all right? If I'm putting money into a cannabis space, I don't need the Department of Justice coming to my establishment and ending all the money that I make on fees because I chose to invest in one cannabis business. But that's money laundering, and that's why Jamie Dimon will not. You need the same banking act. All right, I'm gonna keep on saying that all throughout this presentation. Now, 3 of the top funding sources, the funding options are still till this day now, and I've been preaching this same sermon for about 3 years. And for 3 years in a row, these three institutions remain at the top of funding options, whether you're in California, Colorado, Florida, Nevada, wherever you are and there's legal cannabis, these three companies have a footprint. All right, for sure. Casa Verde. Casa Verde, they specialize in track and trace systems, metrics, and biopharmaceutical companies, right? One company that they gave money to, if you want to check their reference, is Oxford Cannabinoid Technologies, all right? They received the majority of their funding from Casa Verde. Another reason why Casa Verde is important to the cannabis space is because the people who serve on that board are very, very, very famous cannabis involved people. And one of those people is Calvin Broadus. Calvin Broadus's stage name is Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
All right. So as you see, the more and more cannabis discussions get had, you can't have them without the Dogfather. Well,
in order to get all of the the goodies, so please enroll. You have the number to call us. We are at 404-631-6360, or you can call toll free 1-888-959-2093, and you can get enrolled, and it doesn't take a lot. You can also go to the website www.atlantaacademyofcannabisscience.com, and there you will see our wonderful nonprofit in a conjunction with the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science. All right, so big shouts out to everyone who sponsored this event for this past weekend, the Georgia Hemp Summit. So we want to say a special thank you to Miss Kiara Simmons, who put together this great event in 3 different locations. So we wasn't just in Atlanta. We was at first night we was at Meta, Georgia. First day with Meta, Georgia at Hemp Toad Farms. All right. So if y'all don't know about the Green Toad Hemp Farm, Green Toad, with none other than Mr. Reginald Reese. All right, Mr. Reginald Reese, we appreciate you and all that you do here in the state of Georgia. Y'all have to go out and visit. And if you are a student, it will be mandatory to do an internship at the Green Toad Hemp in Mater, Georgia, where you can learn everything about growing cannabis, hemp, which cannabis is hemp. We already talked about that. And getting work experience to owning your own farm. And then we were with Georgia Grow. So Georgia Grow actually helps to initiate the possibilities and the grants and the opportunities to getting your own farmland here in Georgia. So y'all do know that Georgia is like the most reliable place to grow hemp. Like there's no other place at this point along the equator that has the day and night cycles that are perfect for growing hemp. All right, so if y'all did not know that, please come and join the class. Go by one of the locations for Green Toad Hemp. All right, Green Toad Hemp, they're out of Mater, Georgia, but they do have an Atlanta location out southeast Georgia at 702 Southwest Broad Street in Mater, Georgia, and then downtown Atlanta, 825 McDaniel Street. And they have great products, okay? So they manufacture their own products. They can make their own pre-rolls. So we showed that we were able to see that happening. You can learn how to grow your own pre-rolls. And they had the gummy making machine, y'all. They had all of the equipment to do what you need done. And
you
so
was excited about
yes,
the gummy making machine.
I was excited about that. I'm like,
more excited than the people at the McDonald's shake machine.
I felt like that it felt like the McDonald's shake machine, but it actually works. Okay, so you actually can get your gummies made there, and then you can get them white labeled, so you can have your name on the gummy. So Okay, so what's your name, Mr. Henderson?
The name of my gum is going to be
Henderson.
Some Gummies.
Oh, Some Gummies. All right, so I already...
How about that for an advertising slogan? Give me
some gummies. Okay, that's catchy. I like it. Mr. Henderson is tight. All right.
Some gummies.
So y'all know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be white labeling from Mr. Reginald Reese at the Green Toad Hemp Farm, where we are going to be sending our students to get a hands-on work experience, and those who are signing up for the work experience, and this will be a new job training site. So we're excited about that. All right, we have another quick video about the farm and what we learned from the farm. We did learn about another farm, which was the youngest farmer who had an organic hemp farm, as well as Mr. Reggie Reese. We're gonna get him on the show on next week, but he had fresh organic hemp. He has CBD, Delta 8 and Delta 10 products, CBD oils, topicals, edibles, smokable hemp, vapes, and accessories. Okay, so if y'all don't know about this stuff that's here in Georgia, like right up under your noses, you need to learn about this stuff. And then we were able and fortunate enough to meet with USDA, all right, Mr. Charlie Grace, all right, who is responsible for the outreach and natural resources and conservation. All right, so getting those loans for the USDA, Department of Agriculture, and getting your farm. So if you're interested in land, please contact us, get enrolled in the classes. We are plugging in and we're excited about that. So we're going to show some photos real quick of what we did this weekend. All right, so tell them what you did. You saw the video.
I did make a presentation about accounting and finance for the cannabis industry. Did that real good. Had a conversation with Mr. Reggie Reese, owner of Green Toad Hemp Farm. So, I mean, that dude is packed with a lot of information, but then there was a lot of people that was there. As far as you see the people there in the picture, y'all was at Fort
Valley.
State,
yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, they go to machine. Now, I keep telling people now, everybody say, hey, man, yeah, I'm interested in growing, or, man, I'm interested in opening a dispensary. Okay? That's all cool. But let me put you on to another piece of the game, right? The other side of the game. After you grow, you cultivate. Now what you going to do with the flower?
Right.
A lot of people, a lot of people, after talking to a lot of people, particularly over these past couple of days, a lot of them say, hey, man, I didn't really think that far. I just wanted to grow some. So I took 30 acres. I took 40 acres, man, and grew a bunch of cannabis, man, but I don't know what to do with it when I'm done.
Never do.
The state of Georgia don't have processors.
They don't. Zero processors in the state of Georgia. And we teach processing, you guys.
Okay, so you can learn the process of processing by joining the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science. But still, in a conversation setting, though, check this out. You can be a processor. A processor takes those flowers and turn them into products.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. If growing is not your thing, cultivating is not your thing, farming is not your thing, you still purchase the land and then use the land purchase to open a processing facility.
Yeah.
So what a lot of the people is doing is taking their dried flowers across the state to places like Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know I got some people that's watching this in Tennessee. All right? Now, if anything, I have always tried to put y'all up on game.
This the game right here. This the real deal, raw game.
For $60,000, you can have all of the equipment needed to mass produce and process hemp. The license fee, is about $600.
And it's cheaper than that. I think they said $300.
See what I'm saying?
$300.
So
you can get a license to process cannabis.
You figure at least $600, and what you do is you process the cannabis for a Tri-City region. You know you're gonna have all of Georgia's business.
Georgians have to transport their cannabis right now in hemp raw form by truck. So the logistic companies,
an 18-wheeler?
Logistic companies are needed and have to go all the way upstate to Maine. Or one of our farmers
Wisconsin.
said.
One of our farmers have to drive their cannabis all the way to Wisconsin to have it processed. They do pass through Tennessee. All right. So if anybody is interested
a
about
multi-billion,
a multi-million-dollar business operation,
not just the dispensaries,
it's
y'all.
It's not an MLS. It's not a dispensary. Now there does require a investment on your part. You can either lease the machinery, and if you need to know where to lease the machinery, hey man, send us a message. All right. We'll get you the supplies that you need if you're serious about, processing.
Yes.
All right. Processing. As far as the person who makes the gummies, now that person, you want to make sure that they're certified and that they know and that they're a graduate of the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science will be the best way to get your people trained and qualified in it. But guess what? You don't have to know how to work the machine to own the machine, if that makes sense.
You sure don't. And you don't have to be certified as a lab technician
to own a
lab. You just get trained on the machinery and the equipment, which usually comes with the equipment. You get a video
to show you how to work it.
There you go. And now you're a lab tester. And you know how much you can charge to lab test? Some people said that they were charged $15,000 or $150 per pound of cannabis, substance.
Machines,
right. So
the machines are easy to get. All right, and if anybody is looking for qualifications, what do I need to do? Can I have a jail record and still participate? Any type of questions that you may have, reach out to us so we can get you the knowledge that you need, y'all.
Yes.
We ain't just got to be growers and dispensaries. Now let's look at other aspects of the cannabis game, right? They're going to need people in real estate, people who have warehouses, because you have to have somewhere to store and stage the project. We need trucks, right? We need tons and tons and tons of trucks, box trucks, 18-wheeler trucks, forklift operators. This is a whole industry, a whole supply chain. We need everything. All hands on deck. It's one of those kind of situations. So now when you're talking about transfer of wealth vehicles, why not it be cannabis with so many different avenues that it is to move around in the cannabis space, man? Y'all would be fools to let them folks take this one from you. Y'all would be whole fools.
Why Mr. Henderson and I is sitting here on this platform, the Holistic Cannabis Show, and we're begging y'all, like we're literally giving y'all a hint to get in the game. It's like X plus Y is, 29, the giving. You know what I'm saying? We're wanting you all to know that it's given. If you have land, you are already 10 years ahead of the game. If you have land, there is millions of dollars worth of money out here to give you for free.
2018 Farm Bill gave
we have talked to USDA. I have been in conferences and rooms with these people who are saying, if you have land, honey, I'm about to have some land given. If you have a nonprofit organization who can help with labor and getting people on the farms, you are already 10 light years away. Okay, you're already ahead of the game when it comes to hemp and cannabis. If you have the know-how or the passion to working with hemp and all of the benefits, not just medical, because medical is always going to be there, and of course everybody has a medical need for hemp, but industrial wise is going to outpace medical. Okay, so building material, gas. Y'all, did y'all know that this is gas? You can make fuel out of hemp. You can make, it's a fuel and it's gas. Do y'all know what oil meant to black people back in the day when our people had land and had oil on it? Now we can grow our own oil. This is green oil. This is not black oil. This is green. It grows on top of the soil. Now you have access to green oil, and it's going to make you all billionaires overnight. Not billions. If I say billions, it might make you a millionaire. But because we're the oil shortages and the way that we import oil from other countries.
Well, it might not make you a billionaire overnight, but the scope is to get into it and stay focused. And stick with it. Yep. Then it'll pay off. Because it really will pay off, man. I'm telling you, man. Y'all better make a move toward this cannabis.
Yeah, we're excited.
Come on,
and if you're plugging in, like I appreciate all of my students. I want to just give them a big shout out. Those of you who have been with us. Y'all are the real MVPs. I just want to shout out to, I can call names. I can call out Great Leaf Hydroponics, who set up our hydroponic system in our office, in our campus. I can shout out Juan, who does the carpet cleaning in our school, in our home. We can shout out all of Magnolia, Flower Blossoms. We can Flower Power with Mrs. Stacy Harrison. I mean, all of the businesses that has been created. I mean, all of our students are business owners now, and they're very profitable. They're really doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited. And that's what I'm saying. It's motivating us to move to the next level. We have our shop where we are promoting their products. So if you all are in the area, 820 Highway 138 in Riverdale, Georgia, please come out and see those products. We did just now get Greetone Farm, who is the manufacturer of the white labeling in our shop. So we're especially excited about that. We're excited about the pecan farmers. We're excited about the cattle farmers who actually grow the grass-fed cows and meat, who's going to be coming out to our location at 820 Highway 138 for a monthly market. So we're going to be connected with people who are giving us medicinal food products instead of the processed and the different foods. So we're going to be doing some major things. So we got some news that we want to share real quick, and we're going to get those videos or get that information pulled up. All right, so a federal court just struck down the residency requirement for licensed medical cannabis providers. So this means now you don't have to be a resident of the state, and this especially happened in Maine, where they were trying to say that they had to be a resident in order to recommend cannabis. So now you can recommend state, country wide. All right, so you don't have to be a resident of that land or that state to be able to recommend a cannabis card, nor do they feel like it's constitutional. So they have said it is unconstitutional to do that, which is a big win for us. Yay. So now, do you think or know what's in your CBD? Another study shows commercially available products often contain heavy metals such as lead, arsenic, and mercury, and typically contain less than advertised quantities of cannabidiol. And that's why lab testing is important, and we teach that because there's more than one lab test, such as your cannabidiol testing, like your mycotoxins and things that's in your cannabis products. We want to give someone who's suffering from cancer a product that's filled with pesticides, which causes cancer. So that's a great big no-no, and we want to make sure that everyone is informed on what's in their CBD products. And looking at your COA or your certificate of analysis will give you that information. All right, so those offering dire warnings about the alleged dangers of so-called highly potent THC products and demanding that these products be recriminalized are taking their cues from an age-old playbook. So here's what NORML suggests ahead, and NORML on their website have information on what's going on about the dangers of the highly potent THC products, and that's right there. What is that called, honey?
They're right there, shatter.
Shatter. All right. So they use a bong to smoke shatter, but this
Oh,
highly, highly potent. It's a concentrate. All right, and so now study shows that cannabigerol, which is CBG, has promise in lowering blood pressure. And so I do have my talks Monday through Thursday about different things such as low blood pressure, lowering your blood pressure, cancer, and so forth. And this is one of the strains that we're recommending, and which is grown also at the Green Toad Farm, hemp farm in Georgia. CBG, y'all look that up, lowers the blood pressure. All right, and then cannabis is reportedly more effective than prescription anti-nausea drugs for a severe type of nausea and vomiting during pregnancy. All right, so people are saying that people pregnant, they're not supposed to be smoking weed while they're pregnant. Well, it's a lot safer than any of the other medications that they have on the market for pregnant women, and it's been told and responsible for helping the development of the pregnancy. So we want to congratulate cannabis on that report. All right, so in the latest news, Nebraska advocates failed to secure ballot access for medical marijuana legalization. We talked a little bit about that last week, and so we know, and you can find the details on normal.com. All right, and then Normal opted that concerns over high-potency THC products warrant greater education. So we do need education on why you need high dose of THC, such as your performing of apoptosis on cancer cell. Apoptosis means cell death of cancer cells. And then there's marijuana-related ballot initiatives and referendas that came out on 8/19/2022. And then you can look at those updates on the Normal website. And then there's an analysis of racial disparities in marijuana possession arrests becoming more advanced and more, out and open, because there are the advantages of, people who are making money off of it versus people who've gone to jail, and how those people in jail are helping the criminal justice system stay alive. So now that they've tried to kind of, lower the rates of arrest from cannabis, let's see what they're going to use as a cover-up or so we have some action alerts. Federal support, the Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act, or KOA, and then ask representatives to support the Dank Cannabis Research Act. And then we want to urge our senators to support safe banking and veteran medical cannabis protections and the NDAA. And then we want to tell President Biden to follow through on your commitment to expunge marijuana records. We're so serious, y'all. So if you're in the cannabis industry or thinking about getting into the cannabis industry, please, if you never shared anything else, I know a lot of people are sharing fight videos, y'all are sharing booty shaking videos, y'all are sharing music videos, but we're asking y'all to share what's going on right now in the cannabis industry, in the space where this is our time, our season to get afloat, get ahead. We already topping in Georgia with education, because we're the first school in Georgia who provides education over at the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science. Find a school and we'll find a better quality of education here at our school. And then we have all the black farmers who are taking first place in the initiative of getting this set up. And then you're finding the farmers who are turning into millionaires overnight with this quality product. And then we're finding our HBCUs here in Georgia, Fort Valley State University, who's actually working in conjunction and trying to get with us to be able to provide education that meets their quality. And Mr. Henderson, what are you doing in finance?
Showing you how to get the money.
Showing how to get the money. There you go.
Show you how to pick an accountant. The three different types of accounting professional that every cannabis business should at least seek advice from.
All right.
Make a wise decision. We don't need you out here just running around, man, willy-nilly, making the game look bad. We don't need you doing that either.
All right.
So it'll be best to know what you're doing. Right? That's one thing. Advocacy is one part of it, and then there's another part of it that's actually equipping you with the education to take an action. All right. We could keep on going around in circles about the social equity part of the conversation, and while I'm not saying that that's not important, because it is, there are also other aspects of the cannabis space that is happening right now that is just as important.
Yes.
All right, and it needs to be addressed. So take an action.
There you go.
First, get you some education.
There you go.
We got that.
All right. All right, we have a couple more videos before we get out of here. A couple of more photos. So we're going to share those. We have what I'm doing. All right, so I'm starting to promote myself. We're getting ready to do Dr. Yolanda Henderson. All right, put some respect on that name. All right, Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science owner, founder of the Gift of Life Community Home. Now I have a magazine, you guys. So now when you want to place an ad, not only can you place your ad on the Status Network, the Holistic Cannabis Show, but you are now placing your ad with a magazine that's going out within districts. All of our students are going to get this magazine. All of our business partners are going to get this magazine. We also, I'm an educator, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and we're doing big things. So if you're interested in joining in with any of our collaborations, please give me a call, 404-631-6360. Now we got some young adults and babies who are getting into the entrepreneurship program. So this is agriculture plus arts and entrepreneurship for the kids, by the kids. The Green Festival is happening September the 24th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it's hosted by none other than the youngest farmer, Miss Kendall Ray Johnson, and she's the Georgia's youngest certified farmer. And so my own daughter is going to be out with her book called The Endocannabinoid System for Kids, and that's teaching our adults and our kids about the endocannabinoid system and how hemp is a great biofuel and product for medical cannabis. Then we want to shout out our wonderful sponsor, one of our graduates, Magnolia's Blossom, and she has her products everywhere and also in our locations. So come out and purchase one of her salves or products for cancer patients and other patients. All right, so thank you all again for watching the show. I hope you all learned a lot. Please share. This replay is available throughout the week. If you didn't have time to watch the show today, you are able to watch the show. And if we had any callers, the number is 470-251-4647. This number is only available during the business hours of our show, which is every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mr. Henderson, what do you have on credit, Ripper?
I know.
What do you have on credit? Did you have something on credit? I know you had something. One tip. Give us one tip.
Give you one tip on the credit?
Yes.
All right. Well, y'all know Joe Biden is dismissing and discharging student loan debt everywhere. All right.
Right.
He haven't done it for every college, every university. So check on the website, and we're going to publish a list. If your school name is on that list, reach out to your student loan provider and get the process going to have your student loans dismissed.
We have that photo. Let's see where is it?
I got the list. We're gonna publish it on the social media
program. Okay.
All right.
Can student loans hurt?
Student loans can definitely impact your credit score. They can hurt because it is a federal debt. It can be garnished if it's not paid. All right. Paying your student loans back on time benefits your score, as well as missing payments causes significant damage. So yes, it can hurt your score, but they can also help your score if they're paid on time. And of course, everything that's on the credit report does have to adhere to the FDCPA, the FCRA. Those are guidelines that is they kind of regulate the credit industry.
That's right.
All right, so y'all make sure that y'all go and check that out. See how that work out for you.
That's
Any
right.
questions? www.nthcredit.net 888-959-2093.
All right. Again, shouts out to our sponsors, the Gift of Life Community Home, Big Shot Entertainment, NTH Credit, Joy's Pottery, CMOS, Ocean's Best CMOS Company, and Citywide Crime Association, and our other affiliates that I didn't name. If I didn't name your program, please give us a call. We want to hear from you on the show the next week. We have it every Sunday again from 5 to 6 p.m. And we want to thank y'all for listening and watching. And until then,